question, Danielle.
Fred, the resilience and fight that you guys showed tonight to bounce back, is that something that you've seen develop over the course of this season or over the past several seasons, or how do you think that that's progressed since you've been here?
It's just who we are, honestly. It's been here since I got here. It's one of the first impressions that I had with this group is just how tough and resilient that they are. And may not always get it right. Definitely not far from perfect, at times, but being able to bounce back and have short-term memory is one of the best things about being a young team is they don't necessarily know what's at stake all the time. So it can go good for you or it can go bad for you. But I just thought we've played some good basketball in this series, and the margin of error is so small. So you just don't want to get carried away when you fall short. You got to bounce back. It's first and foremost.
You had 14 points in that first quarter. Do you feel like you should or have to be kind of a catalyst for this team? Not that you're forcing shots, but are you trying to push the action?
Just being aggressive again, taking what the defense gives me. I always got to walk that line of finding what's best for our team, and I wear a lot of hats out there and carry a lot of weight for this group. So I'm always trying to find what's the best option, and sometimes I forget to do my thing too and just play my game. So it's opened up for me that way the last couple of games. Been able to make some shots. Teammates found me in good spots, but I'm happy with the wins. I'm not necessarily focused on that.
Fred, can you talk about that a little more? You said you wear a lot of hats. We know that you kind of keep things in order, but just how much you work with the young guys, and you've seen them really grow just in this series, each game with it being many of their first playoff series.
Yeah, again, I'm here to share and lead and quarterback and put guys in positions, but I still have to play at a high level if we're going to be a good team. So been able to get back to that over the last couple games. But again, it's just so much going on and so much is new to this team, and we're playing so many young guys. It's their first experience. Their heads get to spinning a little bit at times. So just trying to calm them down and get them in good spots and just play the game. We play our brand of basketball at a high level. I feel good about us, against anybody. And we've seen that at times, and we've seen it go the other way at times. So we got to lean into that a little bit more.
Fred, Albie had a team high 9 assists. What does that do for you and kind of everybody else when he's facilitating at that level?
It makes our offense that much more dynamic. Gives guys easy shots. He can do that whenever he wants to. He's such a gifted scorer. But continue to read the defense. They're kind of bluffing a little bit. They're doubling. They're not doubling. They're sending help on the spin. So he's got to continue to read that, and that's part of his development as a go-to guy. But he can draw and kick whenever he wants to and get guys shots. And so we just got to be ready to knock him down. And obviously, the more we make, the more willing he is to pass it. So it's kind of a chicken and egg thing there. But we continue to need him to create shots for himself and for others. And he's done that at a high level.
Christy.
Fred, as a seasoned playoff veteran, was there anything you said to the guys or anything you did to help them respond the way they did with their backs against the wall?
No, just keep them focused. I think the biggest thing to do is to dive into the film, watch your minutes, watch your plays, see where you can be better, and keep everything light and fresh and confident, and understand that we have played good basketball. It's not like we're getting our ass kicked the whole time. We've 2 runs there in the last game. The free throw. I'm not gonna go down the list of all the things of how close it's been, but we haven't come out on top the way we want to, and we got to find ways to win late.
Fred, how much did you see in Thompson taking this game personal tonight?
Yeah, again, I know he hasn't played up to the level where he wants to. He's another guy that's trying to figure it out. They're throwing a lot of different things out, different coverages, different players, personnel. He's trying to find his way, but I think he found something late in the last game of getting downhill, being aggressive, being in attack mode, and when he gets his feet under him and he finds his rhythm and gets his imprints on the game, you see what it looks like, and he was able to do that tonight. So we need him obviously in attack mode and super aggressive. He gets mad anytime anybody scores on him. So, he's always taking that matchup personally, and he's obviously a huge part of what we do.
Fred, you talked about the fact these guys are learning on the job right now and what to expect game 1 and 2, then go on the road. What do they have had to have learned now going back on the road to deal with it a little bit better game 6?
Yeah, I think just not being that shell shock, by the crowd, about the runs and about the highs and the lows, and responded within the game, but again, like I talked about, the margin is very small, especially on the road. So we got to play at a higher level. We got to execute better, better attention to detail, not get lost in the flow and the fluff of the game and the crowd and all the extras that go on when you're on the road. And the more we can kind of hunker down and stay a tight knit group and communicate at a high level, and follow the game plan, I think we'll be all right.
Fred, one of the things that it seems it works when your spacing's good.
Mm-hmm.
What really goes into some games it works and some games it's just not?
Yeah, that's a great question. Something that we talk about every day. Something that we continue to do. And sometimes when you watch the film, you just find yourself, wondering what the hell we're doing at times. I know we like to hit the glass, but again, we play some funky lineups and different guys, and sometimes you just float and we get stuck. But I think again, being more intentional, being deliberate of our spacing, and kind of reading how the defense is going to react, and guys finding their lanes and their cutting angles or rebounding angles, I think is beneficial. But we gotta get the ball some space to breathe. Making shots helps a lot. I think we got out to a good start tonight, and kind of rode that wave a little bit in the first half, and that helped us a lot.
Last one, Shark.
You've been able to hold Steph to 20 or less in 3 out of the 5 games. Can you talk a little bit about not just Amen, but how the entire team's been able to either force him to give the ball up or force him into bad shots?
Yeah, he's obviously that's a 5-man job at all times. The way he's moving without the ball, Amen is taking the brunt of that matchup. So being able to pick him up full court, you want to keep a body on him at all times, keep size on him. If he drives, we're helping. He's a willing passer, so when you send 2, he's going to pass. We want to get out of his hands. Just, again, make his life difficult as possible. He's hard to keep under, 20. He usually finds a way to shake free for a couple. I think he had about 11 in a row there, and it was at the second quarter, I think, when he shook free. So he's a tough cover for sure, but it's a 5-man job. Your attendance got to be up at all times. And again, the more we can keep a body on him, keep size in front of him, and just try to contest and send help as much as possible.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.
Thank you.